You. What's up, y'all? Young Zav out here on my run with young Bear in the stroller, getting miles, getting gains, and y'all know what time it is. Time for a little Fake Sports Insider. Subscribe to our YouTube, Fake Sports Insider. We're on Instagram as well, at Fake Sports Insider. I've been getting a lot of questions about a certain sport I want to talk to y'all about today. The question is esports a sport? No! Esports is not a freaking sport. Okay, now I need to fill probably 80% of you in who have no idea what I'm talking about, which is a good thing. Proves it's not a real sport because most people have never heard of it. Another word for esports is gaming or video games. So we would rephrase the question, is playing video games a sport? No, it's not a freaking sport. Right, Bear? Bear agrees. He's in absolute silence that people think video gaming is a sport. Let's rephrase it another way. Is sitting on your couch for 15 hours a day, eating Doritos, gaining weight, looking at a TV screen, and exercising only your thumbs, is that a sport? No. Esports, video games, whatever you want to call it, not a freaking sport. Now, let's start with the obvious here, right? They've named it esports. Any sport that has to put the word sport in the name to try to convince people that it is a sport proves that it's not a freaking sport, right? We don't watch baseball sport, football sport, basketball sport. They don't have the name sports in the name because they have nothing to prove, right? Those aren't sports. I'm not making that argument. But when you call it esports to try to trick people, hey, this is a sport because sport is in the name. No, bro. It's just video games. Nothing sporty about it, okay? So that should settle the debate right there. The fact that people are trying to con you into believing it's a sport by calling it esports, not going to work on me, bro. Not going to work on you either, right, Bear? See, he's getting real gains here, not just sitting around doing nothing playing esports. So that's debate. That's argument number one. Number two, this should be fairly common sense. Playing video games does not require any physical exertion whatsoever. To be a sport, you have to actually move your body. You have to actually burn calories. You have to actually lose weight and exercise. It's not sitting in a chair. It's not looking at a screen. It's not exercising your thumbs. That's not a sport, right? That's common sense. These people know what I'm talking about, not a sport. They're getting the real exercise. They're actually walking. So sitting in your chair all day, moving your thumbs, gaining weight, eating Doritos, that's not a sport. If you want to have it be a sport, you have to actually physically do something. You have to actually physically get up, get out of your chair, get some gains, get going, and that's that. Third and finally, this should settle the debate. Gaming has been around for probably 30 or 40 years. The Atari, I think, was the first system. Video games have been out forever, right? When they came out, though, the intent wasn't, hey, this is a sport. It was, hey, we're bored and want to be lazy and do nothing with our lives, so let's sit around and do this. When gaming came out, it was not a sport. All of a sudden, in the last couple of years, because people have been playing video games so much and want to justify it and want to make themselves feel better about themselves, they've decided to call it a sport so they can feel better that what they're doing actually has value. Well, it doesn't. If it wasn't a sport from the beginning, you can't change it into a sport, right? In a few years, are we going to call competitive TV watching a sport? Let's see who can stay up the longest, watch the most TV, eat the most McDonald's Big Macs at the same time. Whoever does that wins. No, watching TV is not a sport. Never has been, never will be. Same with video games. It was not designed or intended to be a sport. Therefore, it never can or will be a sport. It's as simple as that. Folks, I'm sure most of y'all agree with me on this. I know I'm going to get some DMs from some of y'all who play COD, LOL, GOW, and WoW 20 hours a day of your life, and you're working at McDonald's, and you're living in an apartment with 6 other dudes who are your game buddies. I'm sorry about that. Get up, get out, get a life, do something. Esports is not a sport. Video games is not a sport. Get out there and actually work for some real goals in life. You're never gonna be a pro esports gamer. Y'all gotta do something better with your life. Thank you for tuning in. If you've missed any past episodes at Fake Sports Insider, check us out. Bear, any final words? Nope. Yet again, he's absolutely speechless. Thank you for tuning in. I love y'all. Have a great week. Get up, get out, get 'em.